Hey team, and welcome to this week's webinar. So I've got a little bit creative. I'm actually quite pleased with my little creation on my whiteboard with 3 pens, but I just want to touch on kind of creating a bit of a visual about your journey. So, you know, a number of you have been on potentially like the coaching journey now for some time, and you know, seen some incredible results so far. And some of you, we are perhaps still trying to build consistency and still trying to create like the best roadmap possible, and that's okay, because I kind of want to touch on and give you a visual of what kind of a, you know, there isn't necessarily a typical journey, but how I look at one, and I want to come at it from your point of view. So for this instance here, obviously this is your journey. So as I'm talking and going through this, I want you to be putting yourself in this vehicle, okay? Yourself and nobody else. This over here, this is me, okay? I am the map in this instance, okay? So I have multiple different routes that you could follow. I have multiple different directions that you could go in, and it's my job to kind of detail them, show you them, introduce them, guide you along those directions. But fundamentally, you're in this car, and it's kind of your responsibility and your determination that is going to drive this car forwards. Now, behind me, you've got like this winding road. It kind of peters up to something that we might call a finish. It goes up, comes down, comes round, comes back down again, and does so and so forth. And you'll see that for the finish almost looks like at the halfway point. I've done that for a reason, because to me there is really no distinct finish. There are goals, and 100% we should be pushing for these goals. But the way that I try and run my coaching is it's about lifestyle. It's about making a permanent change and seeking the next goal. So your next finish line might be up here. Your next finish line might be right high up in the mountains up here, and we keep on moving that finish line, creating different goals that keep us on the path that is your journey to a fitter, happier, healthier, stronger version of yourself. It is literally not a straight line whatsoever from A to Z at all. You'll have highs, you'll have lows, you'll have even bigger highs, little lows, all the way through to Z. The idea of the map is to minimize this end. So we cut those lows as low as we possibly can, in terms of we reduce the impact that they have, and we guide you on an easier route that turns it more into something like a high and then coming down a little bit. And we're doing this rather than peaking and troughing. Peaking and troughing may be something like slashing your calories to 800 calories, doing 20,000 steps a day, and just hating life for 6 weeks to get 4 or 5 kilos off. Now, if you want to do that and then you want to look at lifestyle, that is completely up to you in terms of your car, okay? From a continuous point of view, it's not necessarily going to teach you the tools to sustain that weight loss once you're there, or to sustain that fat loss, once you are there, okay? So it's all about, from my point of view, you know, picking smaller journeys, picking smaller direction changes in order to stack them up, turn them into habits, turn them into consistency, turn them into a route that makes sense, A to Z wise, with as little deviations as possible, so that you can then run through here and go on to the next one, run through and go on to the next one. Speed bumps, they're going to happen, you know. The harsh reality of it, and this may come across harsh, if you found yourself in a position where you really want to make a change, and you guys, you know, all came in that position, in a sense that you came on board coaching wise, you wanted to make a change, chances are, and you know, please tell me if you think I'm wrong, but you didn't necessarily find yourself in that position overnight. There was a period of things that happened, lifestyle choices that were made, that got you to a point where you were like, nah, I need to make a change. I want to be fitter, happier, healthier. I want to feel more like myself. Okay, and just like you didn't find yourself in that position overnight, you should also not expect to change that position overnight, okay? It's, from my point of view, it's about this. This is so important. It is your journey, okay? It's nobody else's. It's your lifestyle, it's your habits, it's your consistency, it's your determination, it's your energy, it's your input, it's your output, it's everything is on you, okay? And now what I don't want you to do is feel like that makes you alone, is feel like that gives you no support structure. Because as I said, number one, I'm the map. Number two, I'm the car right behind you, okay? I'm the car right behind you that if you make a turn because you like this tree and you head off over here and I'm like, whoa, 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 I thought we were looking at goal X, which was potentially to complete some press ups, do maybe first runs for the first time and drop some body fat, and we head off over here and we're potentially looking at you know, a short fixed diet. It's a conversation. It's okay, we can do this, but we need to make sure that it brings us back round, or we understand that that's going to be harder to return from, so we need to come back the way that we've come and back along the road where we're looking at small consistent changes, you know, 10,000 steps per day minimum if we can. In fact, minimum really is a good activity marker to get to. Hitting your workouts, but knowing your workouts are there for your strength, they're there for your mindset, they're there for your enjoyment of the sessions, they're there for muscular shape, muscular tone. The calorie burn of a workout is like 9th or 10th on my list of the benefits of the workout. It's your food and your daily general activity that is the petrol that's churning you along here, okay? Your turbo is your workouts, relating it to cars. Your turbo is your workouts. And we're working through speed bumps. You know, I only work with women online. Menstrual cycle can be a huge, huge speed bump, and how we kind of adapt in and around that time. Potentially being a mum, balancing being a mum, balancing that kind of decision guilt, things like that. That could be a bit of a speed bump that we might need to cross over. Here, for example, this one is a really interesting speed bump because you might have hit 3 or 4 of your goals. You might have gone straight through them and then think, oh, okay. You know, it's that thing of balancing, enjoying the view from the top of this mountain and not letting looking ahead at the next mountain bring you down. So it's making sure that those next goals, the next things that you're pushing for, the way that you want to live your life becomes a mountain walk that you enjoy up to that next one. Or it's a mountain walk that challenges you because that's where you're at and you want to set and you want to go further. You hit that next finish line, you should always enjoy the view. Always enjoy the view at every single mountaintop. Every single win needs to be noted, needs to be celebrated, needs to be built upon in terms of a snowball effect, okay? So I just wanted to put together a little bit of a visual about kind of how I feel a coaching journey kind of is delivered and how your journey might look in terms of a visual rather than me necessarily talking you through it. And I want this video to go some way in terms of a motivation tool, you know. You've got your map, you've got your car, you've got your support car behind you, okay, you've got the road ahead. Now the big tough question is this finish line achievable, doable, does it excite you? Is it really what you want to achieve, okay? Making sure the finish line is clear, understanding that it's not A to Z, okay, but we also don't need it to be massive peaks and troughs. This is consistency, and the only person that can apply consistency is yourself, which means you have complete control over achieving these finish lines and climbing up those mountains, heading towards Everest or any other mountain you want to think of, okay? I want to finish with one thing. If you can control it, you can change it, and if you can change it, you can improve it. Take a look at that image, go into this next week and attack it.